Hey guys, like always, I'm Joshua Gladstone. In the spirit of personally my favorite holiday, 420, we are looking at some stoner comedies. Not necessarily the best stoner comedies, but the most underrated. They're not in any specific order, but number one I feel actually is the most underrated stoner comedy. So I hope I show you something new. Let's get to the movies. Number 10, We're the Millers. David, played by Jason Sudeikis, is a small-time dealer with a big debt to his dealer after being jumped, robbed, and assembled a fake family featuring the likes of Jennifer Aniston and Emma Roberts to help David smuggle pounds of that sticky green across the Mexican border to pay off his debt. Along the way, befriending DEA agent, played by Nick Offerman, and Catherine Hahn, who plays his wife. This rated R riot is not like one movie that you'd want to miss. It's a pretty entertaining film. I recommend it. However, you don't actually see anybody smoke weed in it. You just see weed being sold and pounds of it sitting around everywhere. Number 9, Slackers. 3 pot-smoking teens are about to graduate college at Holden University after proudly cheating and scamming their way through the past 4 years when busted by a self-dubbed cool guy, Ethan, an ambitious nerd and slight stalker. Slackers is a very fun, raunchy film featuring young Jason Segel and as well as a young Jason Schwartzman as Ethan. It is in no way a gem by any means, but it is a rated R comedy that will still have you rolling in laughter. I recommend checking it out. It's like a good raunchy early 2000s movie. Number 8, Idle Hands. When slacker teen Anton has his right hand possessed by a demonic force, he finds his life gets a little crazy. While being a chill stoner slacker, his hand proves to be a cold-blooded killer, murdering his 2 best friends, who return as wisecracking zombies who team up with Anton to stop the mass murders while trying to hook Anton up with a overly sexualized Jessica Alba, who plays his neighbor and uncomfortably underage crush. This rated R stoner buddy zom-com is definitely worth a watch. It's honestly one of my favorite horror comedies. It's definitely outdated, but it's if you like just stupid stoner comedies, it's a really great horror comedy film. Number 7, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. Yes, this amazing gem features the musical team-up Tenacious D, made up of duo Kyle Glass and yes, Jack fucking Black, as they begin their fictitious could have been start to become the greatest band in the world. To make this fantasy a reality, they embark on a quest to find the legendary supernatural guitar Pick of Destiny that has demonic powers. This quest features heavy amounts of drug use, Bigfoot and Neil Hamburger, along with a stellar amount of cameos, including Tim Robbins, Meatloaf, Amy Poehler, Ben Stiller, along with much more. Don't miss this fantastic stoner comedy musical about the best band in the world, Tenacious D. I know that this one isn't necessarily a super underrated movie, but there are a lot of people that I've met that have never seen this movie, and I feel like Tenacious D still doesn't get enough rep that they deserve, so it made the list. Number 6, Strange Wilderness. Peter Golick, played by Steve Zahn, takes over when his father, a respected wildlife TV host, dies, but receives far less success. The show's threatened with cancellation. Peter and his know-nothing crew of stoners and idiots, featuring Alan Colbert, Jonah Hill, Justin Long, Ashley Scott, and many more, must find Bigfoot to help their show to help their show survive. This rated R Happy Madison Jim holds the torch to Grandma's Boy easily for me, regardless of how underappreciated it truly is. This is definitely Happy Madison at their finest, which I know it feels like it's not a lot to say, but it's a really great movie from them. Number 5, Inherent Vice. This mystery crime masterpiece doubles as a stoner comedy. It just absolutely does. I know what you're thinking. It's a weird choice on this list, but this movie had me laughing the whole way through. This film features Joaquin Phoenix as Doc, a private eye detective in 1970 who solves his cases in a smoky haze. When one day his ex Shasta shows up asking for help when her current boyfriend, a married rich real estate agent by the name of Mickey Wolfman, goes missing briefly after, including her. Doc navigates the psychedelic world of surfers, stoners, and cops to solve this case. This hazy R-rated mystery features a huge cast including Josh Brolin, Owen Wilson, Reese Witherspoon, Benicio del Toro, and Martin Short, among many others. Plus, as well, it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, which is a huge seller on its own. I definitely recommend this film. It's a great movie. I don't know why it's so underrated and so many people haven't seen it. If you love just film in general, this movie is definitely made for you. It's fantastic. Number 4, The Beach Bum. Directed by Captain of Cringe, Harmony Korine, a stoner comedy about Moondog, played by the amazing Matthew McConaughey, a fun-loving, pot-smoking, and beer-drinking writer who lives in Florida, rich and worry-free, until his wife dies and leaves him a fortune, but the only catch is he can only get this fortune if he puts down the drugs and writes the next best American novel. This R-rated haze of a film features Isla Fisher, Jimmy Buffett, Zac Efron, Martin Lawrence, Jonah Hill, and the king of Kush himself, D.O., the Double G Snoop Dogg, with his giant ass purple plant. He has just the most delicious plushy purple weed plant in the movie, and there's just a huge amazing side plot with that. This movie is comical, it's entertaining, it offers a lot. If you like nudity and heavy drug use and just a lot of comedy and Jimmy Buffett and Matthew McConaughey, give this movie a try. It's a really good one. Again, this might not be super underrated, but to me it's a movie where not a lot of people have seen it, so I definitely highly recommend it. Number 3, The Wackness. Set on the streets of New York in 1994, we see a recently graduated teen before heading to college, selling his weed and even trading it for therapeutic treatment from his therapist, played by Bing Kingsley, while also having a crush on his stepsister, featuring a post-Drake and Josh, Josh Peck. This rated R hip-hop stoner com-dram will definitely entertain the hell out of you. This movie was pretty big when it came out, but it's definitely underrated now. I think The Wackness is a stoner comedy that definitely deserves a lot more rep than it gets. It's very entertaining, and every actor does a fantastic job in this film. And again, the cast is just giant. It's great. Check it out for sure. Number 2, American Ultra. Small-town stoner, played by Jesse Eisenberg, Mike House, spends his time baked in writing his graphic novel about a monkey superhero, but what Mike doesn't know is that he's a trained CIA killing machine being targeted by the agency for termination when his former handler activates his secret skills, letting us watch this mild-mannered slacker turn into a deadly weapon. Now Mike and his new abilities will have to save himself along with his girlfriend, played by Kristen Stewart, from being smoked. And not in the good way. Rated R action stoner comedy will blow you away. It's a pretty great feature. Check it out. Before our number one rated film, here are some honorable mentions that we would like to show you. Number 1. Smiley Face. Jane, played by Anna Faris, is a struggling, consistently stoned actress trying to finish her small list of tasks to do through the day, one of them being buy more greenery. But after mistakenly eating a dozen of her roommate's edible cupcakes, on top of already being extremely stoned, will embark on a series of misadventures all over Los Angeles. Seriously, guys, I don't understand why nobody's seen this movie. If you have, I'm amazed and thank God for you. It's just all out a stoner comedy, like a true blue stoner comedy. It's a ridiculous film. It's super silly and wacky. It's very likable. It's a lovable film. It's very lovable. It's just fun. It has a huge cast to back it. Adam Brody, Jane Lynch, John Krasinski, John Chow, Danny Trejo, and just like various other people. Also problematic Danny Masterson. Yikes. Just pretend he's not on that list. I highly recommend watching this movie. I know it looks a little cheesy watching the trailer for it, but trust me, it's worth the watch, especially if you appreciate stoner comedies. Then yeah, I'd say check it out. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what underrated stoner comedies you feel I forgot. Stay awesome, guys, and subscribe. Give me some more love if you liked what you saw. Have a fantastic day.